Hey, everybody, I'm Mike McMahon, and you are watching Trekyards.
Hey everybody, welcome to Trekyards, or welcome back to Trekyards. I'm Captain Foley.
And we are decloaking on our screens today to bravely and honourably say hi.
That's right, we have a new Klingon ship. Dun dun dun.
Yes, on Star Trek Day, they revealed a mid-season, this half season on Lower Decks. And it was, bits and bobs here and there. And then suddenly, all of a sudden, a ship decloaks, and then we get two quick shots of it. Both the further away, which is this shot, and the close-up. And weirdly, this trailer was a very low quality trailer. I don't know if you noticed, but it was like interlaced and low bit rate. It was weird. It wasn't like a nice crisp, like almost they rushed it or they was based on previs. It was weird. Anyway, so these shots aren't as clear as they should be, but hopefully when we get to that episode, we'll be able to have cleaner ones. But this is our first look at the brand new 2380 Klingon ship, and to note, based on the trailer, it may or may not be piloted by Mariner or an alternate Mariner or a future Mariner or a past Mariner, because there is a shot of Mariner on the view screen in a Klingon-looking room. But we know trailers lie, so we'll not necessarily take that as guaranteed, but it is right before this.
Yes, but new Klingon ship and loaded up. It's got guns everywhere. Well, the guns feel more like back in the NX era. They feel like that style of Klingon ship, or the guns that John did on those ships were much more prominent. So that feels like that. And yet the body style is reminiscent of the D7, and then also TNG, obviously. There's quite a few TNG elements. So there's a lot to look at here, actually, considering.
Although, first out of the gate, do you think this is a new Klingon ship or an old Klingon ship? Now, I'll say new as in, let's say 30 years. Old, previous 100, 200. I don't know.
See, that's where I don't know. I think this is probably like the Lost era time period, like of the Ambassador class, just because it has tie-ins to the Katinga, but then also the next generation of literally the next generation of Klingon ships like the Negvar and the Vorcha. I'm going to say Lost Era. I'm going to say it's an older ship at this point. So
yeah. Salvaged but refitted. Because there's a slight problem with the whole idea of the Katinga and trying to place it. Because as we know, they wrongly put a Katinga in episode 3 or 4 on the Eons of Enterprise. It was literally the DS9 model unchanged. Therefore saying that the Katinga design existed in Enterprise, and then the D5, and then the D7 in TOS, and then the Katinga in TMP, and then the Katinga variant in DS9, and then in Voyager we saw D7 exactly a Katinga, and then this basic frame has existed the entire timeline, all of it. Hopefully we take out Enterprise from that as a retcon, so hopefully just TOS onwards. But the basic frame is a very, very classic frame, and there's hundreds of these ships around, so it could be anywhere, but obviously it's been changed a bit. It could be a newer build with the you're right, with the Bassards, the engines are certainly more Vorchery, or they still have the same base shape as the Katinga, just with that sort of pushing one step forward. But I mean, I would happy to the way the guns are on, while they sort of have places you'd imagine them being, they feel as if they were aftermarket additions. So I would think, this was a Katinga frame that was then kit bashed internally, repaired, fixed, and it's more of a pirate ship, scavenger ship, rather than KDF. Just based on its arrangement, I would have said that.
I never thought that. I just thought this was more like a Klingon assault ship that was one of the main fleet, maybe, but. Now you said pirate ship, that's interesting, because it could have been modified for sure. I do like the addition of the struts that angle up as opposed to down for a Klingon ship. That's kind of neat. Although you're going to get a lot of people calling foul right away because line of sight. Whatever.
Well, there's no integrals anyway, so.
I know. I do like the glowing elements in the front of the struts, though. Not quite sure what those are, but they look really good. I'd prefer if they were on the back to be impulse engines, but yeah, they're plasma feeds for the guns, maybe. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. And what do you think of having the bird? Because when I color corrected this to make it brighter, you can see there's actually the bird on the bottom. The red, which only appeared on the bird of prey.
I like it. I wasn't sure if it was a bird or not. It does have, like I said, a lot of the
wings
plating
at
looks
least. Wings at least.
yeah, a lot of the plating looks Katinga-ish. But I can see the bird wings there, which makes you wonder: is it a Romulan version of this ship? I know you're gonna say that, but it could be a Romulan ship. Just saying. You don't notice it so much unless you brighten up the picture. So, you just see the darker elements, which again, as I said, feel very Katinga-ish. So,
I mean, for me, what I think they've done here is they've said, right, let's make... Because for me, this looks like a slightly smaller ship. Yes, the head windows are a bit small, but the neck windows are rather large, and the Katinga's pretty big. My guesstimation is that what they've actually done is they've said, let's make a smaller Katinga and combine it with a bird of prey. Because what you've done is you've got the red wing paint, which is bird of prey-esque, gives you a certain vibe. You've now got the slightly upswung nacelles, which instantly gives that slightly bird of prey, like, higher feel, because that's what a cavort does. The way obviously you can tell it's got the shoulder blades of the. I mean, you can see them. That's not what a D7 has at the back, and they're right there. There's two layers of them. There's a single layer and then a secondary layer. So instantly, they're pulling three things from the bird of prey aesthetic, throwing them into a D7. It does change the feel, and then they're putting some guns in like Tobias Richter's D6, and then that top gun, which to me looks like a tank turret, which I actually included in a fan film's Romulan design. This back bigger gun, having this bigger extra weapon. So I'm guessing it's kind of like a hybrid ship, a smaller, because we've never really seen it, but literally a put together version. That's kind of what I see mostly when I look at it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I love the stance on it. I mean, when we see it facing off against the Cerritos there, even though it's low quality, that's a cool looking silhouette for a Klingon design. It looks beefy, it looks bulky, it doesn't, and it's not overboard. It's not like it's an animated show, so we can make it look ridiculous. It looks still very much in line with what we might see in an actual Star Trek show. So that I really appreciate, and I do like the stance on it. It does look very aggressive.
But yet not too aggressive. Like, not as aggressive as a bird of prey. Like, it's a medium aggressive.
Yeah. I mean, it's bulked out a little bit more than a bird of prey, so I would want to see the bird of prey coming at me before this. But
sure.
I see what you're saying about the wings, wings on the bird of prey, and just
Because in that front view, the nacelles look oversized. I don't know. That's again, this is a low resolution. Well, it's not, but it's just the way it came out. But you can tell the shoulder blades are not as overblown as the other one looks. They're much more subdued. You can see the inner middle two outer bits, which I guess the outer bits they're more what the D7 has. But they've also got the middle bit like a bird of prey. So again, they're kind of kit bashing, but integrating them. So yeah, I think it's a perfectly interesting design, and you can't say it doesn't feel Klingon, because it's just these other two ships combined. And the question of will it be actually a KDF? Will literally be the I know someone said it's a Mirror Burnham, Freudian slip there, Mirror Mariner, which is possible. I think we're a bit, I would not want to see that because we're a bit early in to the show to have Mirror as well.
I can see them doing it though.
Yeah, maybe. But or it's a cheeky edit because, or maybe she takes over the ship, and then just goes to the captain's chair after they've already killed the crew or defeated the ship, whatever. It could be easy. I mean, I'm assuming it's an editing trick rather than literally, look, it's Evil Mariner in front of a Klingon ship or on a Klingon ship.
Well, it could be a matter of honor kind of situation where she has to take over the Klingon ship to protect the crew of the Cerritos or whatever, like Riker did. Not fire on the Enterprise, that kind of situation. There's a lot it could be, so yeah, we'll have to wait and see, and not that long either, because there's only 4 episodes left of Lower Decks, which is sad, but I'm just enjoying it week on week. Sure, this week wasn't the best, but It wasn't awful compared to, you know,
I mean,
Picard.
every show has a low point, and that's by the very nature of the content. I'm wondering though, this was the next, you know, the rest of the season on. Is that going to imply a more, you know, a longer little Klingon arc at the end? Is the ship going to be, unfortunately, you know, a just like the Bird of Prey, just like the TOS cargo ship? Look, it's in the shot, and it means nothing in the plot. Or will it be actually, you know, here is a new Klingon ship, and we're going to fight it in an episode, and we're going to have a real sense of purpose to it? Because we haven't really had that for many other ships.
I think it's going to be the latter of those two. Like it's actually going to be an important
Yeah,
ship.
I think so.
I mean, we did see the Bird of Prey facing off Encestritos for like a
was one
an
shot.
opening.
Yeah.
Which was kind of disappointing, but at the same
But
time,
also, it was a
like,
surprise
hey.
though. It wasn't teased.
Yeah.
This is teased, so it's like, oh, we're expecting something now.
Yeah, but as we know with the teaser, sometimes that leads to expectations. So
But yeah, it's perfectly nice, and it could both be a slightly future retro looking, or it could be a slightly older retrofitted, or it could be a much older piratized kit bashed version. Which is kind of a funny thing that this design fits all those categories like the same way. It's kind of okay, cool, well done.
yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing its appearance. So anyway, guys, I think that's all we have to talk about this right now. I'm sure once we get into the episode, there'll be more to discuss. Maybe a bridge detail, some interior bits.
They had better.
A reverse shot so we can see the back. Lots of stuff to look forward to. So, but let us know in the comments what you thought about this. Did you notice it in the preview for the upcoming season? Let us know in the comments down below. What do you think of it, and where do you think it fits in the timeline? Is it a Klingon main defense force ship, or is it more of a pirate ship kind of deal that's been modified? Let us know in the comments. Also, like the video, subscribe to the channel, do all that fun stuff. Check out the description of every video. There's links there to a whole bunch of different stuff, PayPal and all that stuff, and join us for the lives. Samuel?
Well, the lives are great because you get to talk to us live, which is great. We love learning who you are and saying hi and chatting, and your thoughts do drive the conversation. But importantly, you also can super chat, which is the superest of chats, in that we do need them to keep the channel going. YouTube is a fickle mistress, as I often say. The ad revenue is non-existent, basically, so it is via your guys' donations and via joining the channel. Those things keep us going, and you know how much content we make during these shows, all for free, all, you know, without strings. You can watch them and enjoy. And so your donations, your super chats, your PayPals at Trekyards@hotmail.com. There's the PayPal or Patreons. All of those things put together allow us to keep going. And you know, this has been a hell of a year for Trek, and we know there's more Trek to come. So if you want to support us to look at more in this sort of balanced review style, as we try and do, support us if you can, and if you can't, just keep watching.
That's right. So until next time, guys, I am Captain Foley.
I'm Klingon. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.